How's it going, everybody? Adam here. Welcome back to the AKG project. I apologize that it has been some time, and I also probably am sounding a little different than usual if this is the only series that you're watching. I somewhat recently got a new microphone set up. I have an update video that went through all that. That'll be in the top right corner in the description if you want to check that out. But anyway, we're here to have a little bit of a look around at this. Last time we had a look at the whole targeted jumping system that we had going, and since then I have done a little bit of changes to this. First of all, you'll notice that we no longer have, regardless whether I use the mouse or not, no more crazy freaking out camera. I'll go into a little bit more about that later, or after we go through what I've done here, which isn't too much. I've got the jumping working off while running, which I'll show in a second. But I've also just got a temporary indicator set up where it'll show you what you can possibly jump to. We just jump, we'll go over here. And for some reason, it's a little buggy at the moment. Let's see if we can get, there we go. Even though we can clearly jump over that way. If I turn around, I'll jump. But we just don't jump. We're not gonna make it. I knew that's been happening the entire time, so that's fine. So I'm not sure what's causing it to not jump anymore. But if I just hold the jump button, it usually functions relatively well. No, you didn't want to jump. There we go. So that's a little tweak I've made with that, just allowing it to show up a little easier. That should not have happened. We don't know why that happens. There's supposed to be, the whole degree of checking on 90 degrees. See, that's not even visible, but he jumps over that way for some reason. He won't jump back. But, yeah. So that's a little bit of tweaking I've got to do. But we'll go try and show off the targeting a little bit better now. Wink. Just sort of teleport our way over to the other area. Jump across. Oh, jeez. Still got the occasional time when the jumping doesn't work. Okay, let's not do it that way. Also, cool little, hoping that would work, thing that I recently found out. I think I half knew about it. Is that if you hold shift, you get a little box. If you hold control, whatever you're holding will snap to that surface. That's a pretty cool way of getting around. Yep, that's fine. To make sure at least he wasn't under the ground. So with our targeting, it's not as snappy. Oh, well, never mind. Still rather snappy, but it's a bit better than what it was. I feel like my saves didn't change, but I haven't really closed anything. I still can't really move yet whilst actually targeting something. As I have mentioned, I would like it to, look down a bit better. I don't even know if I can adjust the distance up. That's about the only thing we can do. But it's not really helpful. Almost used the wrong keyboard. So yeah, well, let's just jump into the code and I'll show you what I've sort of done to tweak things. This is the script that I have on the little objects to determine whether you can see it or not. In the future, I'd like this to be a particle effect or maybe UI element that just points to the spot because the boxes won't be there for obvious reasons. We don't want no stinking boxes showing us where to go. We want flashy arrows, probably. Something like that. Fancy arrows. Alright, so nothing too fancy here. It's just getting our input, checking the distance, which is a little redundant. I tried to do this in the player script itself. To call to the script to just do a whole bunch of balls and whatnot, and it just, for whatever reason, didn't work. So I was like, I'll just do it this way. It works. Now I lost all my changes because it asked me to reload the script, so bear with me for a moment while I try and find the things that I need. So I just tweaked in here a little bit. This used to be a whole bunch of if statements. I decided to change the find jump target to return a ball instead of having a ball that's only used twice. I think it was used down here, in here instead of that, and I think maybe somewhere else. Not 100% sure, but that's fine. But yeah, this is still the same. Just goes through, does all its checking, and then returns. We're about up here somewhere. Too far. It's gone too far. Anyway, so that does the normal stuff, everything. So this one's only when we're on the ground. And then when we jump, I just added a little bit of code into getting the type of jump. First of all, we just want to find our jump target. If we do have a target, we will, do the actual jump thing and then return, so we get out of there. And for the camera, I pretty much just changed everything that was directly related with I smacked the chair, sorry for the mad noise. Anything directly rotated, connected with rotation, I changed it from a vector 3 to a quaternion. And that seemed to fix it. I feel like I tried that a while ago and it didn't work. Kept all of the, this would have originally been a new vector 3 here with that in the vector stuff. So I just changed that to Euler. Seems to work. Have a bit of slurping and loping around. It's mainly just slurping, I think, instead of this smooth damp. Otherwise, this was just instantaneous and it didn't look good. The other change that I did all the, except for that one, because that's obviously vector 3. The other thing I changed here was the reset camera. No longer need our check your, whether or not I ever showed this. Honestly, I don't think that did anything. It just changed it so it just directly sets the target. And this whole setting the yaw thing, I'm pretty sure was half the trouble. So I'm not even, we can get rid of all this now. That's not needed, that's also not needed. That's all we do for resetting the camera. And I make sure, and I call this at the beginning of the game. And I just invoke it so it's just got a little bit of delay on it. Otherwise it doesn't get called if I just were to put that in there normally. For whatever reason. I suppose that some things aren't set up properly, so it's just like, I can't do it. Even though it doesn't really give an error. But yeah, that's roughly what I did. Well, that is what I did, I'll be honest. So yeah, we got a nice camera. There's some occasional times where it'll freak out a little bit. If I somehow turn the camera before, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what sort of circumstances have that happen. But I have had the occasional time where I've turned around this way. Either turned the camera or done something and it sort of does a quick snap. But kinda can't replicate it, so it's fine in that regard. So, I'm gonna die. Or I saved it, and then we died. But that's pretty much it for today. Just going over the tiny little bit of updates that I've done. And apologizing again for the delay. But in terms of where I want this to go, I think we're pretty much done. It's mightn't be as polished, because I still have the occasional jump problem. Which I think that has something to do with the way I handle jumping. Sometimes the whole dash thing's just broken too. Occasionally it won't go where you're facing. Actually, no, okay. I thought it might have been with the initial jump, but that's not the case. Back to the whole, what I want. In terms of functionality, I think we're done. Unless I can think of any other, the special abilities like teleporting. I initially wanted 4, but I really only thought of teleporting, so if anyone has any suggestions, I'm all ears. And I think before next time, I'm gonna try to set up a level or a bit more of a tutorial level. This is alright. It's just that this jump is a little long. So yeah, we might get into that side of things next. Although I just realized I do have to fix the teleport. I did want it to be more of a target thing. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway guys, that is going to do it for today. Sorry that this one didn't have as much progress as some of the others have had. Just one of those times where didn't quite get enough time to work on this properly. Or enough, not properly. Despite it being, I think, 6 weeks since the last one. But yeah, we're kind of, I believe I've hit that point where there's not much more I can add to it. It's kind of tweaking. And I've also sort of slowly losing motivation for this one. But I will pull through for this because I do want to see this get to somewhere decent. So no worries about that. Also, I had a comment in one of the previous, actually not even in this series, but on a previous programming episode of the other series, which I can't think of what I actually called it, about aligning to the ground. So I'm going to hopefully put out a tutorial for that too soon, as it really shouldn't take too long, because it's literally, I think, 5 lines of code or something like that. Anyway, hopefully that'll be out shortly, at least within a week. Anyway, that is all for today. Hope you've still enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to stick around and see some more. And I hope to see you all next time. But until then, bye.